You've been taught to fix everything. Your schedule, your thoughts, your relationships, even your flaws. But what if this constant fixing is exactly what's keeping you stuck? The more you try to repair, the more tangled things become. And what no one tells you is that fixing can slowly turn into a form of control, a way to bend life, people, and yourself into something safe, predictable. But life was never meant to be solved. It was meant to be lived. When you stop trying to fix every uncomfortable feeling, you begin to see things not as you fear them to be, but as they truly are. Not every crack needs sealing. Not every silence needs filling. In stillness, clarity emerges. In acceptance, transformation begins. Because real change doesn't come from force, it comes from allowing. One moment of pause, one breath without fixing, could be the doorway to something real. There's a reason your deepest clarity often arrives right after you let go. Not out of defeat, but wisdom. That quiet whisper inside that says, I've done what I could. Now, it's not mine to force. When you shift from doing to being, everything changes. Because constant fixing tells your mind something's wrong with me. And when the mind believes that, it only sees flaws. You live like a mechanic in a world of emotions, tightening bolts that were never meant to be tightened, repairing things that were never truly broken. But when you step back, not out of neglect, but out of insight, you start to feel the deeper rhythm of life. Something wiser than fear, more intelligent than thought. Life begins to organize itself. The moment you stop interfering, the conversation that needed space begins to heal. The body holding tension begins to relax. The mind stuck in overthinking finally hears something quieter. You didn't force that moment, you allowed it. This isn't laziness. This is wisdom. Knowing when to step aside because your effort has become resistance. There's a difference between effort and force, between harmony and control. We weren't built for emergency mode. Life isn't a workshop of endless repairs. Sometimes the most powerful shift doesn't come from action, but from presence. When you stop trying to improve what is already enough, you realize it was always enough. You just couldn't see it through the lens of not enough. We've turned life into an endless improvement project, fixing ourselves to be accepted, healing just to feel worthy of love, reading and planning not to grow, but to outrun chaos. But what if you were never the problem to begin with? What if you've always been enough, but you were too busy repairing a version of yourself that didn't need fixing? This constant fixing, it's exhausting. Fixing your past, your present, your future, your performance, your productivity, your peace, until life becomes a checklist of imaginary malfunctions. But here's the thing, no one tells you. Fixing assumes brokenness. And as long as you believe that, you'll never rest. You'll keep searching for problems, even when everything is working. Sometimes, life doesn't need your effort. It needs your stillness. You don't have to analyze every emotion. You don't have to fill every silence. You don't have to reply to every thought. Just notice. And in that noticing, truth begins to reveal itself. The need to fix is often fear in disguise. Fear that the moment isn't good enough. Fear that you aren't good enough. But real safety doesn't come from control. It comes from trust. And when you stop trying to control everything, you allow life to do what it's been doing all along, find its balance. Maybe today, you don't need another answer. Maybe what you need is permission to pause, to breathe, to not fix anything. And in that breath, things begin to settle. Not because you forced peace, but because you made space for it to arrive. If these words touched your heart, even just one sentence, leave a comment with the word enough. Let it be your reminder that you don't need to fix everything to be worthy of everything.